But last chapter we had 3 quizzes, right? And that's why, most of us did pretty good on the test, because we had lots and lots of practice. So, that's a good strategy. Example. The hardest part about writing questions, it's what kid's name should I use? It's just sometimes you get stuck. No, I used her last week. No, I used that in a different way. Deanna has small things, guys, right? Small things, small minds. It's just, Deanna has an existing balance on her credit card. Is that good? How many Canadians do this? No, not all. Actually, that's fine. I'll include that. Let me tell you a little story. Like, as some of you know, I was in banking for 3 years. I did loans and mortgages and investments. Okay, I've done a certified financial planner thing. So, this is a lot of my background. I remember meeting a older fellow, gentleman, was 65, 70. And the first thing you do when they come in is you run their credit bureau. You check their rating, okay? There's the 5 C's of credit. There's your bureau, your collateral, your character, all these kinds of things. They all matter. But how is his history? Did he pay stuff off in the past, or was he bankrupt? That's what you do. You run a credit bureau. This guy had nothing. Okay? Is that good? You probably, that's pretty scary. What's going on here? Like, is he just like an imposter? Because there's a lot of fraud going on these days, right? There's fake people getting invented, and they get credit cards issued in this fake person's name. They go out, spend, rack up about $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 before someone catches on their trail and says, hey, this person doesn't even exist. This is going on all the time. So anyway, this guy comes in and seemed pretty nice. He had never had a credit card. He had never had a mortgage. He had never applied for anything. So he had no history at all. He owned over 2 acres in White Rock, paid cash, outright, okay? He was a multimillionaire, but has 0 for a credit bureau. And I can't even remember the reason he was in there, okay? I think he was trying to do something for one of his grandkids or something like that. But some of the richest people out there, the reason they are is because they never used a piece of plastic, So, but yeah, a lot of Canadians, I would say over half of them, probably do pay credit card interest. Silly, silly, silly. Okay, credit card, I'm abbreviating, right? Credit card, 19.9%. And for some department store credit cards, that's actually a good rate. Some of them, like Sears, the Bay, I think they're still like a 28%. Okay, it's crazy. People actually do that? If you pay it off, it doesn't matter. But lots of people don't. Okay, so she has spent that previously on her credit card, probably more, because you got to pay off a little bit every month. And if you don't, talking about your credit rating, it goes down. You pay off some every month, even if you can't pay it off. You got to make payments, or your credit rating is going to get shot. And when you do apply for a mortgage, you're going to get extra surcharge premiums because your credit history is not good. Okay. But because she's female, she couldn't resist. Is that sexist or what? Buying. You don't think so, Ali? I know. But she couldn't resist buying another $797.20 of clothes because they're on sale, right? Last weekend. It took me a while to come up with this word too. There's lots of adjectives I could have used. Teeming with buyer's remorse. Have you heard of this? It's actually, shopping is an addiction for some people. They actually get that adrenaline rush to go out and do it. Okay, and it's a bad habit to be in. Of course, it's not becomes emotional for some people. It's not even mental. It's weird, right? But some people have a real problem with it. She wonders if she should consolidate. Have you heard this word before? Like, does it have meaning for you outside of financial math course? What does consolidation mean when you consolidate something? You group it together, okay? Consolidate. Some people have this credit card and that credit card and this loan and just, they got like 8 different things out there they're paying money on. And sometimes it makes sense to, you know what, just walk into your bank and go, this is overwhelming. Okay, I've overspent. I know I'm in trouble. Let's put them all together, pay them all off, and I'll make you one loan. You have one payment. And by the way, you got any scissors? I'm going to cut up your credit card so you don't get in trouble again. And yes, bankers do this. There's 30, 40-year-olds who walk in and, sorry, you want this loan? I'm helping you get out of trouble? Well, give me your plastic. Because I'm not letting you walk out of here without it. And you're treating them like children. It's like, you know, it's amazing, but that's what some people need. Okay, she wonders if she should consolidate this debt. Now, I don't have a list of things here. I just have one thing, or credit card, onto a 9.5% a line of credit. This is not a credit card. It's not a loan. Okay, it's a line of credit. It's a revolving credit you can have at the bank. Okay, so it's not necessarily a loan. It doesn't have strict payments. You have to make payments every month, usually 3% of the balance, but you can use it if you need it, and if you don't need it, you don't use it. Okay, most people use it if they have it, right? Okay, of course the line of credit is usually a better rate. You know why? Because it's normally secured against your property. If you own a home, you get a line of credit. It's kind of like attached to your mortgage. And if you don't pay this, well, they come and repossess your house. So you kind of want to pay it, all right? Credit card, what do they have for collateral? Are they going to come and repossess Ali's turbo? Bring your wrenches. It's right there in my car. No, that's why the rates are really high. It's high risk, okay? Are they going to come and repossess Brittany's shirt and boots if she doesn't pay her credit card? No. They just, sorry, they write it off and she keeps what she bought, and that's why credit cards are 18, 19, 20, 22%, okay? Because there's a lot of risk involved. Some people don't pay them off. They're out the money. The bank just cancels the card, and what are you going to do, right? So that's part of the reasons why the rates are so different. Okay. This is compounded monthly. I didn't say about the credit card. I mean, I got enough words in this question, right? Credit cards, we're going to assume, if it doesn't say, they're compounded daily, is all the questions you had yesterday, okay? This is compounded monthly. And she will pay off in 1 year. She's just sick of this debt. It's just hanging over her shoulders. She wants to get rid of it, okay? And that's a good thing. Some people don't care. They're the ones who usually go bankrupt, and they try to do it all over again. Okay, so should she? Well, just look at the rates. What do you think? Should she take that balance of credit card, which she can't pay off, of 20%, and put it on something that's half the rate? Is that to her, is it her advantage? For sure. That should be common sense, okay? It's a lower rate, you're going to pay less interest, that means more money left over for you. Okay? So it's not that easy. It's not a yes or no question. Compare the payments and total interest. Okay? All right. So, what do we got? We got the credit card. If nothing else changes, we're going to assume she still pays this off in a year. Okay, what's the present value? She has an existing balance, okay, and she just bought that, so we're just adding them together. Okay, we can just do that on a calculator. You forgot your calculator?
Same.
So go down to, that's present value, right? Today, she has a balance of 34, 25, 17, whoop, and just bought this because, you know, she couldn't resist. Okay? 42, 22, 37. That's her present value. That's what's going on her credit card. What's the rate on this credit card? 19.9, because the bank loves her so much. Okay? Now, what else do I know? Do I know the payment? Do I know N? I got to know everything except one thing, right? I can't have two variables in an equation. Lots of words here. Got to siphon through it and find out what's going on. Well, do we see a payment here? No. So I got to know N, right? Okay, so what is N? Okay, well, payments per year. Okay, pay it off in a year. Credit cards are always, you got to pay monthly. Okay, it doesn't say that in the question, but hopefully we've kind of figured that out. So I got 12 payments per year. Credit card compounding, 365, just like yesterday. Okay, so N is how many. If I'm paying it off once a year, then N's going to be 1. But it's how long? 1 year. How many payments? Yeah, 12. Okay, so what is my payment? Well, my future value is 0. In a year, I want to pay this thing off. That's what this says, right? Pay it off in a year. So I'm trying to find my payment. So it's going to cost me that, $391.26. Okay, to pay this thing off in 1 year on my credit card. So I saw a big sign in the bank window, lines of credit, come in and apply today, 9.5%, no fees, no nothing. Okay. You might be asking yourself, well, why would the bank do that? They're making 20% in their credit card. Why would they want to like make only 9.5 on the line of credit? Well, maybe her credit card's from somewhere else. You know, maybe she's got the who owns Air Miles anyway now? It gets sold and bought every year. BMO. Okay. She's with Royal Bank. So, line of credit, LOC for short. Well, what changed here? I'm not going to write this down. I want to pay it off in a year still, but the rate now is 9.5, right? Present value the same? Yeah. Okay, we're just transferring over that balance. They're going to pay off the credit card, maybe cut it up for her, do her a favor, okay, and then transfer that balance onto the loan. Okay, future value 0, payments per year. Loans are usually monthly, but compounding is monthly as well. Okay, so that has to change. Okay, so that's about it. What's the new payment? There's no extra bells and whistles here we need to worry about. Payment now is $370.23. Okay, so I compared the payments. Now, what's the total interest? Well, I got $391.26 for how long? 12 times, right? It's getting paid off in a year. So $391.26 times 12 is 4,695.12. Now, what didn't I do? I forgot to put down my payment. How much was it? 4,222.37. Okay, so the total interest I'll pay on my credit card if I pay it off in a year, which is pretty good for credit cards. Some people keep balances on there for the whole life of the card till they die. $472.75 is how much you're giving the bank, paying interest on the credit card. Line of credit, of course, that's got to be less because I'm paying it off in the same amount of time and my payment's smaller. Okay, so what is 370 23 times 12? 276. Same balance. Okay, so some of these are actually easier than yesterday's, right? We don't have this extra fees or incentives or rebates or points on our credit card to worry about. So here, come on, 220.39. So is it worth doing? Sure. Because I'm going to save, or she is. What's the difference here? Like that's less than half the amount of interest, right? So approximately what? 250 bucks. Okay. So yes, on one condition. You know what a lot of people do when they do this? Because I've been on the other side of the desk. I see it all the time. If you don't cut up your credit card, guess what she's going to do? She's going to go use it again. Now, not only do you have your credit card debt back within 6 months, she has this loan to pay off on top of that. Okay? And then I see it all the time. It's just sad. Discipline. A lot of people don't have it. 114, 2, 4, and 5, and quiz tomorrow. By the way, we're almost done this chapter. Like, how many more lessons do we have in here? 1.